Hey guys, this is Alan, and today I'm going to be showing you one of the easiest way to fertilize your plants, whether they are in a container or in the ground, and that is chicken poop. But first, we gotta get it, because chicken poop does not grow on trees, it grows in chickens. Where to get chicken poop? Well, that is up to you. If you have the space, you can go ahead and build a chicken coop like I did, and then you get eggs, and at the same time you get chicken poop in there. You can buy it. It's really up to you. It just depends. One of the first things you need to understand about chicken poop is it has ammonia in it, and you want to make sure it's fully dry before you use it on your trees. But before we get to that point, we need to get it. My chicken coop here, I usually clean it when I remember, to be honest. I don't even remember last time I cleaned it, but I need to clean it because it's filthy. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it. So when I built this chicken coop, I built it with maintenance in mind. So I have this gate right here. You can see last time I opened it. That allows access inside the chicken coop, so that way I can clean it. And also, since this is like 8 feet long, I also built a side door over here that we can put down so we can get the chicken poop out. I gotta fix it because I guess with over time the wood has expanded, and then it's not clear in the opening anymore, so I'm gonna get my planer and plane that down. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get the cleaning. When cleaning the chicken poop, one of the things you gotta keep in mind is you need to wear a mask. This is one of the only times where this actually needs to be used. So let me get to it. Alright, so now the chicken coop's clean. I got a few things to do right now. I gotta fix the door gap right here, so I gotta take the hinges off, then plane it down a little bit so that way the door fully closes. So let me go ahead and do that right now. and that is how your tree actually eats the fertilizer you're giving it. Now, chicken poop, there are two ways you can use it. You can go the easy way, which I'm about to show you, or you can go the not so easy way, which I'm also going to show you. Now, how your tree eats. Well, let's go ahead and fertilize my longan tree so that way I can explain it to you. Alright, so this is my longan tree. It has been in the ground for a little over a year now. I'll make another video how to actually grow it successfully, but I have never done anything to it. I hardly ever see it. It's an automatic watering, so everything, the watering part of it is taken care of. But like I said, I never fertilize it. So let's go ahead and fertilize it the easy way. What do I mean by the easy way? Well, you got your chicken poop right here. The first thing you need to make sure is that your chicken poop is dry or almost dry. And the finer it is, the better. Chunks mean that it's not fully decomposed and it probably has some ammonia in it. And that is normal because your chickens are constantly pooping every single day. Don't worry about it, because going this way, it's really not that complicated and you're not gonna harm your tree. Let me show you. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this longans right here so I can get the seeds and start more trees for next year. Alright, so fertilizing your tree the easy way. How often to do it? Well, that is up to you. I have not fertilized this tree in over a year, and as you can see, the tree is growing and it's fruiting straight in clay soil that everybody says it's terrible and nothing will grow in it. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and fertilize it. Going the easy way, all you gotta do is get a few shovelfuls and then just dump it on the ground away from the main trunk of your plant. Okay, now let me explain to you what's going on. Do you need to till that chicken poop into the ground? No. Do you need to do anything else besides what I just did? No. Is it a requirement to put mulch over it? No. Now, what is required though is that you water it in, because you're not actually feeding your plant directly. Your plant doesn't have a mouth to chew that up, digest it even farther, so that way it can absorb the nutrients. Whatever you see right now, that is way too big for your plant to eat. So what you're actually doing right now, you are feeding the living organisms in the soil. Once we add water, they will eat this organic matter here. Then they will break it down and poop. Their poop is going to be small enough when mixed with water. Then that water will touch the root system of your plant, and then your plant will be able to eat. That is a process that takes time, many weeks to many months. The reason I like to put mulch on top of it is because it will keep the surface of the soil moist. It will prevent the water from evaporating too quickly. Because if the life in the soil has no water, well, guess what's going to happen? The organic matter in the ground, it's not going to be broken down because there won't be no life in there. This whole process here requires water. Now, how often do you need to do this? Well, that's up to you. I can tell you though, the more rainfall you get in your area, the more often you are going to have to do this. Because remember, nutrients will dilute in water, and that is how your plant eats. But if it rains a lot in your area, the water will constantly be flushing all the nutrients away from the root ball from your plant, so your plant won't have much food to eat. So you're gonna have to do this a lot more often. I'm in the desert, so I don't get that much rain here, so I really don't have to do this that often. I mean, once a year, twice a year is more than enough for my plants. And this is a process, so that will stay in the soil, so it's not like it's gonna go away immediately. That will get broken down very slowly, and as it gets broken down, then the plant will slowly uptake the nutrients. And this is the easy way to fertilize your plant using chicken poop or any other type of organic matter. Now let's go ahead and talk about the not so easy way, and that is making tasty chicken poop tea. Let me show you how I make it. Now, to make chicken poop tea, there are a few ingredients that you need. That is, you need a container that holds water, then you need your chicken poop, and then you need water. So what we're actually doing is we're making a concentrate. Remember I told you your plant eats anything that mixes with water? Well, that's exactly what we're doing. We're leaching all the nutrients as much as we can from this dry chicken poop. We're gonna mix it in the water, and then we're gonna water our trees with it. Let's go ahead and make some chicken poop tea. Put some water in your bucket, just like this. How much chicken poop to put in there? Well, that is up to you. You really don't need much. Usually about a shovelful or so. When scooping, try to get as much of the finer material out. You don't want big chunks in there because the big chunks are not fully dry yet and they have ammonia in there. So you don't want a lot of ammonia in your water because that is going to harm your trees. Then you stick it in the bucket just like that. And now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna water our plant with it. And you're done. It's that simple. Now, which one's better? To do it the easy way or the not so easy way? Well, it depends. The easy way, when you just throw the chicken poop in the ground, remember that's a long process. That's gonna take months to fully decompose into the ground and feed your plant. But in the time that it takes to fully decompose, it's still gonna feed your plant slowly. Now, the reason I don't recommend the easy way in containers is because containers dry daily, and it's extremely hard to keep the moisture content in your containers stable. Every time that the containers dry, all the living organisms in there are going to die. When they're dead, they're not eating, and the organic matter that you put in that container, it's not being broken down. So it's just sitting there. It's not an efficient way to actually fertilize your trees. Now, when you make a chicken poop tea, you're actually diluting all the nutrients that are already small enough for your plant to eat. So that is a more efficient way to actually fertilize your container plants. Can you use chicken poop tea in the ground for your in-ground plants? Of course you can. It's just a lot more labor intensive, and to be honest, if you want to take the time to do it, go ahead. How often to fertilize your plant using chicken poop tea? Well, if your plants are in containers during the growing season, I would say probably monthly. Once a month, do exactly what I just did for your container plants and you are good to go. That's a good organic way to actually fertilize your plants if you like to go the organic way. How often to do it for your plants in the ground? To be honest, it doesn't really matter. As long as you get to it at least once a year, you should be fine. What's more important than fertilizer? It's always going to be water. Water brings life to the soil. And life in the soil is what actually is going to be feeding your plant. So if you forget everything else, make sure you always provide water, not just to your plant, but to the soil, because the soil and the life in it is what's actually making your plant grow. Is this going to help your plants? Of course it's going to help your plant. Is it going to make it or break it? No, it's not. And that is how you use chicken poop to fertilize your trees, guys. One thing that I want to emphasize on is how your plant eats. Remember, anything that mixes in water is what your plant is going to eat. Your plant is not eating the chicken poop directly. And this process is a slow process. It takes time. So keep that in mind, be patient, and your plant will grow. Another thing that I forgot to mention is you don't want to use fresh chicken poop, especially because of the ammonia in it. There is ammonia in chicken poop, and that is what gives it the smell, and that is what makes it break down. Chicken poop that is fully decomposed will look more like dirt. And when you smell it, it's gonna smell like dirt. If it stinks, if it's mushy, it's not fully decomposed. I do not recommend you to use fresh chicken poop on your plants. If your chicken poop is fresh, just leave it in the sun for a few weeks and the ammonia will evaporate eventually. Then you can go ahead and use it. If there's too much ammonia in your chicken poop and you mix it in water and the concentration is high enough and that concentrate touches the root system of your plant, guess what's going to happen? It's going to damage the root system of your plant. This is why less is always better. Don't overdo it. More is not going to make your plant grow faster. It's better to do it more often in less amounts than to just dump like the whole wheelbarrow over here in one tree, thinking that's going to be a lot better than just doing it more often. And that is how you make chicken poop tea, guys, and that is how you fertilize your plants with chicken poop. The process when using other organic matter, it's going to be the same. Whether it's chicken poop, bat poop, horse poop, cow poop, whatever poop you want to use, the process is the same. Hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions, as always, comment below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I will see you next time.